Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Tom, and I know I'm usually the guy who does all the live action stuff, but my set that I usually use is currently unavailable, so you know what we say in show business. Don't let quality stand in the way of quantity. If you have a problem with that, don't talk to me. I don't make the rules, Sean Green does, so go talk to him. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about one of the greatest animes of all time, King of the Hill. And more specifically, we're going to be talking about the main character, the main focus of the show, Hank Hill. Now, Hank is your typical middle-aged, straight, white Christian American who's a man's man. And that comes with a certain set of characteristics, a certain set of traits that Hank Hill doesn't always abide by. He tries his best, but sometimes he goes off the straight and narrow and does some things that are a little bit out of character. Now, I just want to preface this saying that, you know, I'm not judging the writing of this character or saying anything like that. It's a comedy, so I mean, it serves the show well when he does things that aren't really in character, and he's usually not doing this stuff on purpose. He's usually trying to stay straight and narrow, but then he just falls down a rabbit hole and ends up somewhere where he usually wouldn't be. So we're gonna start off small and then work up to the top of the things that Hank Hill has done that are really like damn. So first off, let's talk about his sacrilegious tendencies. I mean, we all know Hank is a good Christian man. He believes in God and Jesus and all that, but sometimes it doesn't seem that way, especially around his fellow Southern Christians. I mean, we had that whole daydream where he was fueling hell with propane.
That's a clean burning hell, I tell you what.
And we also had the time that Bobby got into a whole rock Christian phase, and Hank Hill didn't approve of that. And also, he made his son eat liver, which is apparently the work of Satan.
Uncle Hank's a Satanist, Bobby.
I mean, I believe it. You know, despite the fact that Hank Hill tries his best to be a good Christian and praise Jesus all the time, sometimes he can be a bit misunderstood. The next thing we're going to talk about is the time that he worked in a Whole Foods type of market, which is like, you know, it's not a big deal. It's not that big, but like the fact that this is a good Southern man who sells propane and propane accessories and looks up to Ronald Reagan. The fact that he kind of got with a bunch of hippies to do this whole store, it's a bit out of character. It's a little weird, especially how he judged their character when they went from being a non-profit to trying to profit off of it. A good capitalist American wouldn't be judging people for making money, but I don't know, I guess Hank Hill's an exception. Now, this is the last point where I think we can stop making excuses for Hank Hill. Like, for right now, this one, I'll stick by my boy Hank, but like, this is probably the last one. When he did yoga, he fucked up his back and he needed to go and do yoga, which is like, you know, he's a man's man. He's a good conservative man, and he's doing this liberal bullshit, these liberal stretches and movements with this dude, this guy. I don't think this is physically possible. I honestly don't. Like, this actually makes me very uncomfortable. That whole rib thing, like, I don't think you can do that in real life. I don't think anyone can. Like, that makes me physically uncomfortable. Alright, so now we're getting into the point where I can't make excuses for you anymore, Hank. Hank, this is all on you. The time he got addicted to that video game. So it all started off when some kids from Bobby's school made a parody video game about Hank Hill and selling propane and propane accessories. And at first Hank was like, what is this bullshit? They put the propane jargon. And he's like, I'll tell you what, this game is bullshit. And they started playing a little bit and he's like, oh yeah, I'm the best Hank there is. There ain't no better Hank around here. How you guys like my Hank Hill impression? Is it making a cringe? Because I am a little bit. And like, Hank was straight up addicted to this game. He was avoiding all of his real life responsibilities. Peggy had to pull the plug on him, and it ultimately came to an end when Peggy got in contact with the game developers, and then they gave her God mode, which allowed her to delete the game, which was like, I don't know how possible that is, but fuck it, man, it's fiction. I don't care. Alright, so this next one, I can maybe justify it a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. There was an episode where Hank wanted Bobby to play football. He wanted Bobby to go out and be an athlete. He wanted him to show the world what Bobby Hill can be. You know, a boy whose dad brought Artland to state one year. But Bobby found a love for growing flowers.
And they smell so much better than jock straps. Maybe to you.
He was going to any lengths he possibly could to grow flowers, and he needed to find a way to grow flowers indoors. And you know who knows how to grow plants indoors? People who grow weed, people who grow marijuana. So that's who he went to. That was his guide. Those were his guidance people. They told him, yo, here's how you grow stuff inside, and he took their advice and he started growing flowers inside. And then Hank found out, and he was all like, Bobby Hill, I didn't raise no sissy who grows flowers in the closet. But then Hank realized there's a competition, and you know Hank, if there's a competition, he wants to win. He wants to win all the time. So he took Bobby to this competition, and you know, he was involved in it, in this flower competition. And you know, like that alone, for a good old man's man, a masculine, strong man like Hank Hill, like this is already borderline character for him. But what made it even better is the stoners who gave Bobby the equipment to grow his flowers inside. They sponsored him and Hank in this competition, and Hank was using bongs to showcase the flowers. Bongs, the things you use to ingest the weed with. He was using marijuana vases. Marijuana faces. I don't... Just ignore me. Just ignore my... Ignore that. And then in the end, Hank being a control freak was what ultimately caused Bobby and him to lose the competition. I learned a lesson, Bobby. Alright, so now we're going into the crazy stuff. Hank Hill had a smoking addiction. He was addicted to smoking. Not only him, but Peggy and Bobby. They were all addicted to smoking. Although I gotta admit, like at the time, this wasn't such a big deal. For those of you who are younger, it might seem like, oh geez, someone's smoking? That's so crazy. Especially in like the light of this day and age where we're like, oh, smoking causes cancer, smoking's bad. Back in the like late 90s, early 2000s, like people really didn't care.
That's quite a story, Enrique. I like stories. I like stories about piñatas.
It's a bit out of character because it's been a thing for a long time that you shouldn't smoke. But you know what hasn't been accepted for a very, very long time? Doing crack. It's not very socially acceptable to be buying crack. But that's what Hank Hill did. He bought crack. He bought straight up crack cocaine. Crack cocaine. And he thought it was fishing bait. He was fishing with crack cocaine. Like this straight-laced propane salesman is in the ghetto buying crack. Ain't that a thing? Alright, now number one. Number one, are you ready? Are you ready for a number one thing that Hank Hill has ever done? The craziest, outlandish thing that Hank Hill has ever done. Hank Hill was a pimp. Hank Hill was a fucking pimp. He was pimping out this strange woman who Peggy brought into his house. He was pimping her out. And he didn't even know it. He didn't even know he was pimping her out. He was out here like, give her the money.
This hosebag owes me money.
Give her the money, friend. I'm not gonna ask you twice. You mess with her, you mess with me. Now hand over the money.
We're cool, okay?
Yeah, we're cool. Now beat it.
And he didn't even realize he was a pimp the whole time. He was unknowingly a pimp. How many people have accidentally been a pimp? There's been at least one. There's been at least one, and it's Hank Hill. Hank Hill was a pimp, alright? Yo, that's all I got, but if you guys have more stuff that Hank Hill did at some point, let me know in the comments, because honestly, I want to know. I want to know some crazy shit that Hank Hill did that maybe I missed. My name is Tom, and I'll see you guys next time.
What the?
Wanna come in for a beer?
This video has been powered by Patreon. If you want to give us some more support, head to patreon.com/roundtablevids, become a patron, and get some awesome perks. Thanks for watching another video on the Roundtable. If you want to get more involved with our community and watch videos from Let's Talk with Tom, Voxbox, and more, click the video right here. Or if you want to get some more of the animation goodness, watch some Crystal Clear or Meeting Monday, click the video right here. And please, don't forget to subscribe.